rights of students, promote the welfare of the students, represent desires, needs, and interests of students, establish an effective, efficient, responsible, and responsive form of student government, ensure the conveyance of the student voice to the faculty, staff, administration, and the Board of Control in matters of institutional policies, preserve the right to disperse and retain custody over the student activity, and seek expedient resolution of student problems, concerns, and ideas, be hereby ratify this Constitution for the self-governing body of the students, the undergraduate student government. Article 1, Student Assembly, Section 1, Name. The Student Assembly of Michigan Technological University, hereafter referred to as the Student Assembly, is an organization whose membership consists of all enrolled undergraduate students. Section 2, Purpose. The purposes of the Student Assembly are to establish, encourage, and maintain student self-governance, to advocate policies, rules, and regulations that best serve the interests of the undergraduate students at Michigan Technological University, to stimulate and develop a positive relationship amongst the students, faculty, staff, and administration, and all concerned with the general welfare of the university. Section 3, Membership Qualifications. All undergraduate students enrolled at Michigan Technological University are members of this organization. Section 4, Franchise. Each member of this organization is entitled to cast one ballot. Only members of this organization may vote in the Student Assembly elections and referenda. Section 5, Government. Governance of the Student Assembly is vested in the undergraduate student government. Article 2, Undergraduate Student Government. Section 1, Purpose. The purposes of the undergraduate student government are to be an effective, efficient, responsible, and responsible and responsive form of student self-governance, provide an official voice for the Student Assembly, ensure and uphold the rights of students, represent desires, needs, and interests of the students, disperse and retain custody over the student activity fee, ensure the conveyance of the student voice to the faculty, staff, administration, and the Board of Control in matters of institutional policies. Seek expedient. I have a clock going too. Seek expedient resolution of student issues, concerns, and ideas. Advocate rules, policies, rules, and regulations that best serve the interests of the Student Assembly at Michigan Technological University. Section 2, Membership. The undergraduate student government shall be composed of 30 voting representatives as follows. 1, 4 undergraduate student government officers, 3 undergraduate or 3 representatives from each of the first year, second year, third year, fourth year classes, 3 residential representatives, 9 representatives elected from the respective university colleges, 2 at-large representatives who may be any members of the Student Assembly. Section 3, Officers. The undergraduate student government officers shall be the President, Vice President, Secretary, and Treasurer. Section 4, Graduate Students. Graduate students are not eligible to hold any undergraduate student government position. The grad student government is encouraged to appoint an official liaison to attend undergraduate student government meetings for the purposes of collaboration and communication. Section 5, Eligibility. Eligibility to hold any undergraduate student government position is defined in the bylaws of the undergraduate student government and is subject to the university restrictions on student group membership. Section 6, Equal Opportunity Statement. In compliance with the Michigan Technological University's Board of Control Equal Opportunity Policy effective February 24, 2011, the undergraduate student government will not discriminate on the basis of race, religion, color, national origin, age, sex, sexual orientations, this is in Bill Clinton, gender identity, height, weight, genetic information, and/or marital status. In addition, the undergraduate student government is committed to the policy of not discriminating against disabled individuals and veterans. That's a major one that's in our Constitution. Article 3, Elections. Section 1, Officers and at-large representatives. The election of undergraduate student government officers and at-large representatives shall be by secret ballot by assembly members during the 7th week of classes following winter break. A plurality vote is necessary. Nominations for USG officers and at-large representatives will be made by signing up in the USG office or through any other communication route that the USG shall deem appropriate. Nominations open at least 2 weeks before elections by a motion during a regular meeting of the incumbent USG and close 1 week before elections. Candidates may only run for one officer position or one at-large position during this election. Section 2, Carryover Representatives. The undergraduate student government, by a majority vote, will designate one carryover representative from among its members for the ensuing year's 4th year, 3rd year, and 2nd year classes. These chosen representatives will serve in the same capacity as representatives elected under Article 3, Section 3. Carryover reps are elected by the incumbent USG government during the 8th week of classes following winter break. Members of the USG may not serve in consecutive years as carryover reps. Section 3, Representative Elections. All USG representatives, excluding at-large reps, residential reps, first-year reps, and those designated in Article 3, Section 2 for the ensuing school year will be elected in the 10th week of classes following winter break. Election for the first-year class representatives are held no later than the 4th week of the fall semester. Candidates may only run for one representative position. Nominations for USG reps will be made by signing up in the USG office or through any other communication route that USG shall deem appropriate. All voting in representative elections is by secret ballot. Student assembly members must be a member of the respective class or have a major in a specific college to vote in each respective representative election. Nominations for first year's representatives shall open automatically 1 week before classes begin in the fall semester. Nominations open at least 2 weeks before elections by motions during a regular meeting of the incumbent undergraduate student government and close 1 week before elections. Section 4, class representatives. The future fourth-year class, third-year class, and second-year class elects 2 USG reps. The first-year class elects 3 USG reps. The candidate receiving the 2 plurality votes from each class are designated as the USG reps for the second, third, and fourth-year classes respectively. The first-year candidates receiving the top 3 plurality votes are designated as the first-year reps. If no carryover representative is designated by USG from a class, the number of representatives to be elected from that class shall increase by 1 to fill each vacancy. If a vacancy of office occurs for a class representative position, the president of the USG may appoint a member of that class to fill the representative position, subject to approval of 2/3 of USG. Section 5, other reps. The current bylaws of USG shall outline the procedure for filling residential representative positions. The distribution for the 9 college representatives shall be based on annual enrollment in accordance with the current USG bylaws. If a vacancy of office occurs in a college representative, the president of the USG may appoint a member of the college to fill the representative position, subject to the approval of 2/3 of USG. If a vacancy of office occurs in at large representative position, the president of USG may appoint a member of student assembly to fill the representative position, subject to the approval of 2/3 of USG. Section 6, protest. Any candidate or proposer believing that either USG or another candidate has violated election regulations has the right to protest the results of an election or proposal vote within 72 hours of the election results being announced. Protests concerning election results shall be reviewed by the Judiciary Committee. The protesting candidate or proposer may ask for a recount, verification of voter eligibility, or a re-election depending on the circumstances. A recount or verification of voter eligibility will be conducted by the secretary of the portion of the election being protested, and the results will take precedence over the previous results. Only 1 recount or verification will be performed. A re-election will be handled in the following manner. Only the portion of the election that is being protested will have a re-election. All candidates and or proposals that were in the original portion of the election that is being protested will automatically be included in the ballot for re-election. A candidate can submit a written request to be removed from the ballot. All voting in re-election is by secret ballot. The undergraduate student government shall reserve the right to modify the election timeline to accommodate re-elections. Article 4, associate membership. Associate membership guidelines. The USG may find it necessary to call upon interested students to assist in their work. Such persons will be called associate members of USG. Associate members shall be assigned specific projects or tasks that assist the undergraduate student government in its work. This may be through standing or ad hoc committees or through other measures as directed by the Vice President of USG. In order to allow for flexibility in these tasks, associate members are not required to hold office hours or serve on a standing committee. Associate members are subject to review by the Personnel Committee if they do not make progress toward an assigned specific project or task that assists USG in its work. Associate members shall be allowed to freely participate in discussion at USG meetings and be allowed access to the USG office. Associate members are unable to vote during USG meetings. Associate members must be currently enrolled students. The total number of associate members should be responsive to circumstance. Therefore, no limit on the associate members shall be imposed except at the discretion of the president. Associate members can be appointed at any regular USG meeting. Any current USG reps may nominate a student assembly member for associate membership. Majority vote of the USG is required for appointment. The terms of associate members last until resignation, appointment to another USG position, or the last student government meeting of that term before the ensuing year's representation takes office. Article 5, term of office. Section 1, transition. The transition of membership shall occur at the first meeting following the representative elections in the spring, during the first meeting following the completion of the scheduled agenda items of the old membership. At this time, the USG term shall start and shall last until next year's transition. First-year reps. First-year reps shall begin their term of office upon the acceptance of the result of the first-year election by USG. Term limits. No student assembly member shall serve for more than 5 consecutive years in the USG. This includes years served as an officer and as an undergraduate rep. No student assembly member shall serve in the same officer position on the USG for more than 2 consecutive years. Article 6, officer duties. Section 1, president. Calls and presides over meetings of the student assembly and of the undergraduate student government in the absence of the vice president. Appoints committee chairs and liaison positions, including liaisons to university committees, subject to USG approval. Speaks and advocates on behalf of the student assembly and the undergraduate student government and sets a vision for the USG. Serves as a voting member of the Ways and Means Committee. Serves as an ex officio member of the Student Affairs Committee. Section 2, VP. Calls and presides over meetings of the student assembly and of the undergraduate student government. Oversees all committee chairs and coordinates committee assignments for reps. Chairs the Personnel Committee. Serves as the office manager, which includes overseeing office etiquette and training and coordinating supply and technology needs. Serves as a voting member of the Ways and Means Committee. Treasurer, responsible, Section 3, responsible for the receipt and disbursement of all funds of the USG, shall submit a monthly financial report to USG. And I yield.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second for the vote of confidence for the new constitution. Is there any discussion? We'll go to a vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Abstention, abstain. That'll pass. Any last open floor items? Okay, I would entertain a